Guys, I don't even know how to even start this episode. Check it out. I am rocking my Bambi shirt on. I did get my Bambi shirt because this is all about her. This is her day, supposedly. But like the whole gong that goes off when it goes to Bambietta's Vostindich. Like, I love that they put that in there for those specific moments, because it's like, this is the end for whoever they're fighting. Like, I love that that's in there. That's one thing I do gotta say about that. And also, you know, I didn't know that the Quincy's could just deactivate their Vostindich whenever they want to, when it's being forced on them. Now, what I'm saying is, I know they can activate and deactivate, but when it's forced, I thought that it just stays on until things get done. But according to Candace and Gigi, like, you know, they just turned it off like that. So I was like, okay, whatever. But then we get into the end fight for Shinji and Bambietta. This man was still trying to talk about Sakanade. Why is he talking about Sakanade? Like, why? He gets pieced up, blown up twice this time. Instead of the one shot he got in the manga, and then it just blows up the entire area. Remember, Bambietta said last episode that she'll flatten the entire area. She did a whole final explosion the first time, but this time she just like scattered bombs everywhere before Momo arrives. I don't know what Momo was trying to prove by trying to strike from behind. Like, this isn't an Ichigo versus Aizen situation. And even then, like, Aizen still had a plan. She looked at Momo like, oh, you with the dead captain? Oh, about to piece you up too. What was she thinking? Anyway, this whole episode was just fantastic. The CGI, let me touch on that real quick. The CGI was fantastic. I spoke about it before. I watched the episode in a terrible quality and I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. But after watching it in HD quality, it is definitely a 9.5 out of 10 easily. The CGI for this episode was better than Core 1 Yamamoto's Bankai. Now, I'm not saying I disliked the CGI in Core 1 whatsoever, but I didn't overly like it. Like some people have like come out and said like, that is the best thing that ever happened, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, that's just a little, that's you being biased just a little bit. So let's not do that. Let's go into this with just fresh mind, unbiased, and take it from there. But the CGI was more fluid. I loved it. The music was on point. Everything about this episode just sit well, especially when it got to the scene of Sajin talking to Bambietta about him staking his life on this situation for Yamamoto's sake. And like, it showed the fear that he's playing a different game than what she's got going on, because she's doing it to survive. She knows that if she gets defeated, you know, Yuaba or Juvum's gonna come and kill her anyway. So it's just she's gonna get knocked off regardless. So there's a reason why she has to survive each battle. But he's like, this is pretty much, I'm staking my life for Yamamoto's sake, and I'm gonna end you right then and there. So you're still gonna die regardless, but it's gonna be for me. And for him, it ended up being for revenge. And you know how that situation turned out. I love that sad ass music, that soundscape, man. That sad music with the flashback for Sajin was just perfect for that specific moment. And of course, Lieutenant Iba, he's really the GOAT. I really wish he could have like took on some Quincy while he had, you know, Sajin on his back once he transformed into like a wolf. Like, I really wish it was more to it. And speaking of like designs and stuff, before I go more into this episode, I gotta say that Kubo did release new artwork of Bambietta and Sajin. It was phenomenal. It was perfect for this episode. It was probably the best they ever looked. Of course, it's casual wear for both of them. Well, Sajin looks more into office wear, but I guess that's casual for him. And we got casual Bambietta, which has been in like the opening for this core ever since. And I couldn't like be happier about that. But there's something that no one's been talking about on Twitter or just in general, and that's the Shaolin Stern Ritter Kangdu. Like, he got packed up by Uryu. Uryu came to get him, packed him up right out of a portal. And you can see that once Uryu goes to BG9, he's not 100% whatsoever, and he's not putting up a fight. He's just gonna go back with him. But Kangdu is on the ground through that portal, as you can see, and it's like he pieced him up before he came to BG9. I'm like, we gotta start taking Uryu kind of serious, because this is a new scene. I don't remember anyone going to get, you know, Kangdu or BG9. So it's like, okay, I can deal with that. That's a cool scene. Drugum going, you know, his Majesty calling, saying come back, and he returns. Of course, I love the fact that he says he's gonna tip the scales on Shunsui, and I'm like, yo, that's such a badass line. It's time to tip the scales, and I'm just thinking like this big ass scale behind him is about to do his thing. And I'm like, man, that is such a raw scene. We get Bambietta's demise, her demise scene, her death scene, I should say. And it's, you know, I expected more from her death scene still. Even the slow motion when she has the bombs put back in her body by Sergeant Bankai before it gets to her on the ground. Like, I thought that slow motion scene would have gave us a flashback of like her childhood, or just like when she was a rookie with the Stern Ritter and she made her way to the top. She showed like that progression, so to speak. Like, I think if Kubo would have incorporated that in some way, like he's got new stuff for them that he's put on for the studio to like animate, and I'm just like, okay, I'm waiting for it. But if that was in there for like flashback, I think that would have been a nice wrap up to her character before she becomes what she becomes. And of course, you know what she becomes after she's saved by Gigi. And I thought we probably would have got like a neck snap or a slicing sound to indicate what exactly happened. But as others stated, they kind of feel that, you know, she got her head smashed in. But I'm not here to judge what people think might have happened. It is what it is at that point. And the last scene that I want to talk about, because I could talk about Mask, you know, taking care of a fifth seat, a third seat, and a lieutenant. But it's like, it's kind of expected. This man, Hulk Hogan, the Mask, is tearing them up with James, the manager. Ruki and Renji are in the background coming down. Wish we would have got a glimpse at their outfits, but we didn't. And of course, the fraud advisor captain show up. I'm not talking about them. I'm done with them. But again, the last scene with Ichigo traversing through his training and all that, meeting up with Senjimaru, I think that's a good way to end it anyway, because now it's getting to the part where he's gonna get his clothes. As you know, this is where Renji, Rukia, like everyone's got their outfits from. So he's made it to the palace. He's gonna get his outfit. We're gonna see that next episode. I can't wait. Again, this episode was a 9.5 out of 10. I loved every bit of it. The CGI was fantastic. The pacing was just straight through. It was just all about Saji and Bambietta from the get-go. So that was to be expected. I just love it so much. I think this might be my favorite episode, even though it's a tragic one of the Core. This might be my favorite. Now, I'm not gonna say anything until, you know, the last episode, really, but I really want to put this as #1, but I gotta wait because that'll just make me biased. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment, let me know your favorite moment of the episode. I would love to hear what your favorite moment of the episode is. I'm pretty sure most is Sajin, but I could be wrong about that. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, follow me on socials, and holla at your boy. I'll see you next time.